Welcome to the virtual tour of my ETEC 590 ePortfolio, which concludes my Master of Educational Technology program through the University of British Columbia. In this tour, I plan to give a brief overview of the website that I have created to demonstrate what I have learned over the last 4 years in the program. On the home page, I introduce the portfolio's purpose, which is to share my journey through the MET program with others, as well as reflect back on what I have learned, a type of metacognition or thinking about learning. The intended audience is mostly for myself, but also my instructors, my classmates, and possible future students in the program. I included a metaphor that I used to shape the project and my learning, which is Master of Educational Technology, Swimming in Information. And you will see the theme throughout the project, including pictures of my wife and kids that help me with some of the visuals. I've always thought that learning to teach was like learning to swim. Sometimes your head is above water, but sometimes you need help. And I've had a similar experience throughout this program. I separated the swimming and information journey into 5 stages, which include diving in, learning the strokes, swimming in the deep, responsible swimming, and reflecting on the water. I chose to use WordPress through UBC blogs, as I've used it in the past to track ideas and assignments, and thought it would be fitting to conclude using the same tool that got me to this point. You can navigate through the site sequentially, scrolling down to the bottom, as I have linked the next stage at the bottom of each page, or you can click through on your own following the header at the top. I've included an evaluation guide that may give you an outline of why I created things the way that they are. Not all the artifacts are represented, as there were just too many to choose from, but I feel I was able to share the ones that made an impact on me as a learner. You can check out my bio, which will give you a little bit more background to me. And I think you will see that I enjoy learning in general and plan to be a lifelong learner, as many teachers are. Moving on to stage 1, diving in, I included only the first course that I took, which was ETEC 512, Applications of Learning Theories to Instruction. It reintroduced me to concept mapping as I linked concepts learned to my personal learning theory. The artifact that I chose was the final concept map, which included highlights of all the learning theories we discussed throughout the course. This course was my introduction to the MET program. I was hoping to slowly wade into the water, but ended up diving in headfirst as I got to know WebCT Vista, my instructor, my classmates, and the assignments. Stage 2, Learning the Strokes, was what I titled the next 3 courses, as they got me headed in the right direction in a number of ways. The first course in the stage was ETEC 565A, Learning Technologies, which I found to be very practical. I have since used some of the projects that I saw in this course with students that I teach. I chose 2 artifacts from this course to share. The first being My Search for Pele, a Picasso web album slideshow that uses Web 2.0 technologies to tell a digital story. I was able to use images from a trip to Hawaii that my wife and I went on to create an education story for my grade 7 science class that I was teaching at the time. They were learning about Earth and its formation, which I was able to see firsthand on that trip. The next 2 courses were ETEC 511, Foundations of Educational Technology, and ETEC 500, Research Methodology in Education. I chose artifacts that were linked to what I was teaching at the time. I was teaching a science class of students with literacy problems. Reading for understanding was an issue for many of these students, yet they were taught the regular curriculum with a regular textbook, which was very heavy in text. As I struggled to find alternative ways to teach these students and took these 2 courses, I found support for getting technology into the hands of these kids. Our school had purchased 2 carts of laptops, and I had Wi-Fi access in my room. So my research was centered around using technology to engage and teach special needs students, and the artifacts I chose to share reflect that. We were also introduced to a website called 50 Plus Ways to Tell a Story, and I've since used it in many of my classes. I used it to create one of the artifacts called Pavlov's Dog. It's a cartoon that shows the digital divide found in many families today. Stage 3 is called Swimming in the Deep, as I felt by this point I knew what I was doing in the program and was trying to apply my learning to my teaching. I included ETEC 540, Text Technology, ETEC 522, Ventures in Learning Technology, and ETEC 533, Technology in the Math and Science Classroom in this category, as they were all optional courses and I had a lot of fun doing them. Here I learned all about online group work and creating learning management systems. Website design seemed to be used over and over as I worked on my own and with groups in sharing what I had created. As an assignment, I began thinking about creating a website that teaches safety procedures to youth, as there is a definite need for that in secondary education. This was my introduction to the power of YouTube and getting my message out there. Stage 4 is called Responsible Swimming because just like a strong swimmer has some responsibility to those that they swim with, I felt the responsibility to share what I had learned with classmates and colleagues that I work with. In this category, I included ETEC 510, Design of Technology-Supported Learning Environments, and ETEC 531, Cultural and Media Studies, as I was able to help other classmates on occasion, just as others had helped me. My artifacts from these two courses include a group project based on the space topic in the Science 9 curriculum, and a video that I created called The History of Science Fiction. In the final stage, Reflecting on the Water, I included this course, ETEC 590, and my ePortfolio proposal. This course has caused me to reflect deeply on all other courses I have taken. It has linked my learning as well as my personal thoughts on this journey. As I conclude this amazing experience, I look forward to what the future holds, especially as I apply what I have been taught in my career and in future courses that I plan to take. I feel that I'm a better teacher because of the MET program, as I now have the knowledge and experience in creating technology-enhanced learning environments for my students and can help guide my colleagues in doing the same thing in their classes. I hope you enjoy diving deeper into my ePortfolio as you look at each artifact and reflection along my MET experience.